Welcome, welcome. Please don't be too quick to swipe. It's not some hashtag lockdown challenge or no rush. Of course, it's Triumph TV where we share our stories to evoke hope. Welcome to today's episode, and I am Triumph Mbiva. Now, like never before, we spend so much time on our phones. The power of social media goes beyond the stimulation of online shops, small businesses, empowerment, and upcoming businesses. But it has tremendously changed the way we think, the way we view the world, and particularly the way we perceive our lives, leaving us feeling like sometimes we are underachievers or demoralized instead of feeling enthusiastic and inspired to become more. That brings us to today's message: how to defy the pressure to match up. There seemed to be a doctrine that emanated out of the blue. To be at a particular level in your career at a certain time, you have to really get married now and get kids. You can't be 30 and living with your mama. All these social ideologies got us in a rush, in a panic, and some pressure that if you do not at least by 24 get your first degree, you are such a slow learner. If you are 30 and you don't pick up anybody in the street and get married, girl, you are running out. All these pressures that by 25 you should definitely be having your own car and renting an apartment. I am not condoning a society of laziness where the citizens do not seize opportunities to become more. But if everyone was doing the exact thing at the exact time, just like everybody else, then life would not be so meaningful. We'll all reach different stages at different times in life. And despite the admiration and the motivation as we watch others go ahead of us, we suddenly become really demoralized as we face constant setbacks, failed interviews, unsuccessful businesses, failed relationships, and we just begin to envy those who once gave us a glimpse of how the future that we admire looks like. And we crawl into our personal zone where there is self-critics, thinking that maybe we are not good enough, maybe we are not talented enough, maybe I am not too educated to match up with my peers, and maybe my efforts are in vain. That is what happens as we constantly look at others and what they are doing instead of focusing on bettering ourselves. A Bible verse says, "Guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it flows all issues of life." This is an overused social media quote, but I think it brings the message home just as it is. Do not allow social media to pressurize you. Nobody posts their failures. It is only when we are aligned with our purpose that we can genuinely clap for others in their season of success, even though we have not met our own fortune. When we are aware of our calling, we are able to be secure and not to give into distraction of what everyone else is doing. Because it's only when we divert from our own lane and we lose focus, we start to put on pressure on ourselves to do what everyone else is doing. If they're selling shoes, you are now selling shoes, and then now you are selling handbags. When we are not rooted, we set ourselves up for failure and exhausted efforts. Comparison is a thief of destiny and definitely a thief of joy. It is important that we run our race and run it with each endurance while we are equipping ourselves and empowering ourselves in the areas and the spaces that we want to occupy. By discovering who we truly are from deep within, then we offload ourselves from the exacerbated pressure of fitting in, the pressure of trying to impress everyone and living according to their standards. The world is trying to identify us and give us a role, and if we accept it, we are doomed. If we at all ever feel any pressure, let it be to propel us to become the best versions of ourselves. Thank you so much for watching. It's Triumph TV and I am Triumph Mbiva. Please do not forget to like and subscribe on my YouTube channel, Triumph TV. Ndamiranzetela, misala kahle.